Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to pop in here and talk about some of my reading plans for February and also my reading goals and writing goals for 2023. So we're gonna hop right into that. Let's do writing goals first because that won't take that long. Honestly, my goal this year is to try and write 1,000 words every day, at least from today on. I was moving in January, so it was not a good month to start that goal. So yeah, January has been a whirlwind. We're now at the end of it. We're sick. I have a little bit of a cold still, but I'm on the mend. So yes, I'm trying for 1,000 words every day. Fingers crossed, because that will help me make a lot of progress, a lot more than I have been making. So consistency is really what I'm aiming for here. So yes, that's really it. I mean, I have publishing goals and stuff, but as far as like actually writing something I want to do every single day, or like a really set goal, I have things I hope to do, but I just don't have enough information to say yes, it will happen. Or anyway, so yeah, that's my one writing goal really this year. So let's just go ahead and get into the books. We're actually going to do the audiobooks first for February. Oh, actually, before we do the TBR, one of my goals for 2023 as far as reading is concerned is to try and read more indie books. I love trad books, obviously. Of course I do. But I wanted to just support more indie authors. There's also a ton of indie books that I am really interested in as well. So that was one of my goals, was to read more indie books. And I'm actually off to a great start. Every single book I read in January was an indie book. Did not plan that. I actually reread 2 of those books because I just love them. But yeah. And do I have any others? Read more indie books. Oh, and I want to also read more books that have been on my shelf for a really long time that like I'm still interested in reading. I had them in storage for 9 months last year and drove them across the Rocky Mountains. This year, like, I mean, I didn't drive them, but still, they were carried with us. So I want to read them. I really do. So one of those books is in fact on this list, but it is not my highest priority book, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, audiobooks first. First is my book club pick. Well, it's not my book club, but book club that I'm part of. The book is called Between Jobs. I'll pop it in here on the screen somewhere. I don't remember what it's about, honestly. It was not my choice when voting came around, but I'm not mad about it either. It sounds like it could be interesting. I don't know if it's my cup of tea, but we'll see. I am planning on listening to the audiobook for it though, so yeah. The next audiobook I have is No Be So Fierce. Now you're like, you own the paper book, why the audio? Well, story time, okay? I used the free trial of Scribd to listen to another book club pick from last year that I was really struggling with, and I wanted to read it because it was the book club pick, but it wasn't really my type of book, and so it was on Scribd, and so I got a free trial of Scribd in order to read it. But I forgot to cancel that free trial before I was charged for another month, so I have another month of it. So I was like, well, I'll listen to No Be So Fierce and also Between Jobs. But I started this book over a year ago. I think over a year, I think. I don't know exactly, okay? It has been a while though. And it's about a man-eating tiger. And look, I'm fascinated by man-eating, like, lions and tigers and stuff and like whatever. But the second half of this has gotten really, really dry because the story is not just about like the man-eating tiger and how they found it and all that. It's also about like the climate at the time, so it talks about colonialism a lot and just other things, and that's not why I picked the book up. So I'm just kind of bored with it. It's not really what it advertised to be when it gets to that part. So I still want to finish it because I want to know how it ends, but you know, the actual hunting of the man-eating tiger. But yeah, so I only have a few hours left of that audiobook, so it should be done pretty quickly. Next on my list is On Wings of Ash and Dust by Brittany Wayne. This one actually is one I've owned, I think, for a year now, so I really wanted to get it read. Number one, it's also an indie book. Between Jobs is also an indie book. But On Wings of Ash and Dust is about a fae, fairy, whatever you want to call them. She has wings, so I know a lot of them don't actually have wings. They have wings in this book though. And it's like inspired by Pirates of the Caribbean. She's a pirate, but she has to compete. She's also like the princess of her clan, and they compete with the other fairy clans for like the crown or whatever. So it's not my usual cup of tea, like as far as like fae is concerned, but it's not bad. I'm not hating it. So hopefully, I'm really hoping that I'm just gonna love it in the end. We shall see. It's not bad though. If that sounds appealing to you, fae, Pirates of the Caribbean inspired tournament thing going on, definitely give it a try. I mean, it's well written. So next on my list is Falling for the Heiress by Gabrielle Landy. This is my good friend, and this is her first book. I'm really excited to read this. I just really started getting into romance. Like, I've read romance here and there, but last year I really started getting into romance more. I read all of Sarah Sutton's books, literally all of them last year. All of them that are out, all read last year. I don't think I've ever read so much one author in 1 year, and I have no regrets. But yes, I really got into romance books last year, and so I really love the sweet and clean romance books. That's the genre. So that's the genre name, okay? From what I understand, this is a sweet small town romance, and yeah, and it's supposed to be forbidden romance, which I love forbidden romance. I did start this already. I think I'm like 20 or 30 pages into it, but I'm really excited to have a paperback copy on my shelf and to like sit down and like physically read my friends' books. Like, we were critique partners years and years ago, so it's really, really excited to have our books sitting together on shelves now. So yeah. The next book is also another indie book, and that is A Child of the Dragon Prophecy by Effie Jo Stock. This one is, I think it's found family, if you're looking for like tropes. I know some people use that to kind of like determine what books they're going to read. I know this one's not a trope heavy book though, as far from what I understand. It's just, if you want to like, the way I've seen it advertised is if you want to just like really dig into a world, like this is what the series is designed to do. So the second book comes out in March, I think. So I wanted to read the first book, and if I love the first book, I wanted to be able to read the second one when it came out. So yeah. And then the last book is a traditionally published book, and this one I've had on my shelf for so long. I actually started reading it beginning of last year, and then I had to pack it away. And I thought I was only packing all my stuff away for like a week, and it turned into 9 months. So that's my life. But this book is The Lies of La Clamora by Scott Lynch. And it's interesting. Not really what I've expected so far. I'm 80 pages into it. But yeah, it's good. I don't really remember very much what this book is about. I remember like things that have happened. I just don't remember what the premise of this book is, to be honest. So yeah, I know it's about a guy who was originally an orphan. That's all I got for you. And I think he's like a thief. Yeah, that's what I remember. So, oops. Not very good at that, but yeah. Sorry, video cut me off right there before I was ending it. So anyhow, that's what I'm planning on or hoping to read in February. I'm really prioritizing those indie books, partially because I want to be able to help support those authors more because they are independent. But I am hoping to honestly read all of them. They're all books that I really want to read right now, and I'm really excited to read them all. So let me know down in the comments, what are you planning on reading? What are some of your writing or reading goals for 2023? I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.